Yeah,
So last time,
yeah,
you were able to bring us to an understanding.
yeah, exactly.
We are at your grandma's house, and things are going very bad.
Yeah, yeah,
You have been tortured sexually.
yeah,
You have been abused.
yes,
So many things are going wrong. And then your mom shows up,
yeah,
probably not knowing what you have gone through.
Yeah.
We don't know, but she showed up.
yeah, exactly.
Take us from there.
Oh yeah, when my mom came, and now this now is like the second time is she's coming, and it's like I've gone through a lot. And this is like my joy seeing my mom. It was my joy. It was like my whole world. This was like something that making or bringing the pieces of my world together. The moment I saw my mom, it's like bringing the world, that broken world together. It was such a beautiful thing to see.
You must have been very excited.
Excited just to see my mom.
Yeah.
I was excited. I'm
Okay.
telling you.
Now, then,
No, after now, she came from the city. This time round, she's preparing me,
okay.
and I don't know where we are going. What was in my mind was that I'm going into my dreamland. That is Nairobi. That
And
was
you just wanted to leave this place behind
this
you.
place. It was horrible. This place was horrible.
Okay.
This is a place I'm being tormented and being sexually abused by the people who are supposed to be able to take care.
Wow.
In the previous time, I remember I was telling people that it's such a precious thing when someone, it's like when someone holds you accountable over somebody's life. It's something precious.
You are entrusted.
You're entrusted. You're exactly
with this soul.
the soul of a person,
Yes.
just to take care. It's like the person trusts you, and there's nothing valuable like trust. There's a time you told me that trust is wealth.
Trust is wealth.
Trust is wealth.
Once it
it's
is
like,
broken,
oh my goodness,
very hard to be
very
there.
hard.
Yeah.
Very hard, viewers.
Yes,
It's
yes.
very hard.
So, okay,
So this is my mom. She's preparing me, and it's like we want to go out of this place.
Yes.
It's like I'm excited. I'm going back to Nairobi. That is what I knew
Yes.
is going to happen. Now we are on the journey. I started the journey. It's a long, long way,
yes.
and all of a sudden I found myself in a familiar place. This is Siaya again. It's like a place that I just found myself in Siaya again.
Your
And-
grandpa's house?
That's now before even you reach in my grandpa's place. There's a place that there's many a times buses stop, and you take the motorcycle, and so now you go directly into remote areas.
And you
so-
started seeing this place and I
It's
said,
like familiar.
this place looks familiar.
It's familiar, exactly. It was a familiar place, and all of a sudden I'm finding myself at my grandfather's gate, in his homestead.
And something told you, no, this is not real.
Yeah, exactly. I could not imagine finding myself again in my grandfather's homestead. This is a place whereby previously it's like, the environment was worse. I don't know.
I remember the other time trying to tell us that the drunkards were scattered all over the
drunkards
place,
all
doing kinds
over.
of funny things
Yes,
and
exactly.
abusing
vulgar
people,
languages.
talking toxic and
Yes.
doing funny things,
And I'm in that
prostitution.
environment. Imagine
Did you find them still doing the same?
Imagine I was 3 at that time. Yeah, I found them. In fact, it was worse.
It was worse.
It was now it was now getting worse, more than the way I left it in the past. It's like now this time round things are getting worse. There's a time now. This is my grandfather. Sometimes trying to tell my grandmother to leave the business and maybe just do other things.
Okay.
But it brought a lot of commotion sometimes back at home, whereby my grandfather used to.
So how was the first day? Can you try to imagine the first day?
Yeah.
Or you have just arrived in the compound. I'm just there.
Yes.
You have just arrived in the compound.
Yes.
Now, is the mother going to sleep the night there, or is going to leave you
Yeah,
that
she's-
very day, or
She came and she slept.
so you slept at grandma's house?
Yes.
Okay.
she slept at that day, and so the next day is when I was seeing her preparing herself, and I thought we were going together with her.
I can imagine.
You know, I was just seeing my mom. This is my mom going.
So I think the first night you are still secure because your mom is there.
Yeah, my mom is there.
Okay.
So I never knew what was in her mind.
Okay.
But the next day, I'm just seeing my mom. I've already packed, and it's like things. You know, I'm seeing my mom. This is my mom now, and she's going. It's like she's
Without
going,
you?
without me.
Okay.
You know, you can see the child who is longing, who have been longing to be close to mom.
Yeah.
You know how children are. You know, taking a child to school for the first time is like the child want to come back
No.
with you home.
Don't leave me, Mom. Don't leave me.
Don't leave me. It's
Yeah.
like, don't leave me. You know, so that was what was happening.
And I remember one time I was a young kid. My mom was going somewhere, and I really wanted to go with her.
Oh yes.
I really wanted to go with her. And she never wanted me to go. Actually, the place she was going, I think it was a hospital.
Yes.
I never cared. All that I wanted is to go with her. And I became such a nuisance. And she just told the neighbor to grab me. And I was just tied around the post. Along the path where the animals pass.
Oh my
And I was
goodness.
scared to death. And the neighbor was staring and interrogating me. Will you ever follow your mom?
Oh my
No, I
goodness.
will never. This is the last time. I will never. Please untie me.
Oh, yeah.
And I was not untied until my mom was gone. And I can try to imagine this is the situation that you're in.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
how did who grabbed you?
You know,
Your mom?
I wanted to follow my mom. You know, I was, in fact, I started running after her.
Okay.
And my grandfather just grabbed me.
Okay.
And just pulled me close and held me tight when I was like, no, mom, you know, it's like fighting, you know, trying to
Crying
wrestle.
to the loudest voice you could make.
Exactly. I cried until it's like I could not find, you know, strength, you know, the strength to continue doing the same.
Yeah.
It's like, it's gone.
Yeah.
My mom is gone. My old dream is gone.
Oh my goodness. I can
My old
imagine.
dream is gone. Leaving me again in the same environment. You know,
Horrible.
in the same environment. So that is how things start. That is how things went.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you are left.
Now I'm left.
Oh, now you are left
It's
in this
like-
environment.
It's like now being left now in this environment. You know, now under the care of my grandmother, who was always busy. She was always busy selling the illicit brew, and sometimes she also used to go to farm. So she was.
Below, you know, illicit below.
Yeah.
It's like the one we call changa.
Exactly.
Changa.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. When someone takes one glass, it's like they
Knocks you off.
Exactly.
Okay.
They become abnormal. You can't imagine the environment. So what happened is that this is now my grandmother, busy, and I never got anybody, you know, to accompany. It's like maybe somebody to be able to be there for me at that moment. And it's like from my childhood, though, it's like I never gotten enough. You know, that playing and you know, having someone to tell me those
Good night
nice
stories.
nice stories, just to be close to me.
Okay.
I never got such a person. It's my only home in that environment was my grandfather.
Your grandfather.
He was friendly. My relationship was wow. So this moment, at this moment, my grandmother is very busy. So now this time round, she decided to bring in the relatives. Now there were two of them. One of the relatives was finishing Form 4 at that moment.
Finishing from 4.
Yes,
Big girl.
That big girl now.
Okay.
And there's another one who was now at 77.
Okay.
Yeah. So this
There were just two.
There were just two of them.
Okay.
And now I was put under care, under their care.
So your grandma Lily probably looked at your situation and realized,
exactly.
We need
Exactly.
some people to come and take care of you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So she looked, and she decided to bring them in. And at this moment, this is also when the hell's just breaking loose.
Don't tell me. Another hell. Another hell just jumped.
Another hell.
It's like there are so many doors of hell that were just opening for you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like previously, you are trying to bring to me a picture of a cell or maybe a committee prison.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you have come out from another cell and you're being taken. It's like
A transfer from a maximum prison to another maximum prison.
Exactly.
Back to
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
And it gets worse the moment I'm being transferred in those places.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, these people now began torturing me. It's like,
You're talking of these relatives?
These
girl in
relatives,
Form 4 and the one in class
They
7?
really never loved me. I'm telling you, they really tortured me. And this is where my...
As in torture, what do you mean as torture?
There is a time. I remember there's a time because in my grandfather's house, my grandfather was a polygamist. I mentioned
Was a you told us he was a polygamist.
in the previous video. So, one of my grandmother, I just call them grandmothers. One of my grandmother just left. She just not left, but she passed.
Oh, she died.
She died, and she had her own house, and so that house used to be vacant. So that house that used to be vacant, we used to sleep there.
Oh,
it's like
that
now.
That
house now you are given to be sleeping there.
Okay.
So the funny thing is that we used to sleep in the same bedroom because there was a sitting room and the bedroom on the other side, in the inside of the house.
Okay.
It's like So it's like my bed. It's like my bed is the bed was looking in this angle. This angle. So this was their bed and this was my bed. So exactly. So what happened is that we used to sleep in the same room. So one day, I just woke up. Waking up in the morning, I found myself.
So their bed is just opposite yours.
Yeah, they're opposite to mine.
Okay.
And it's like I woke up in the morning and I found myself messy. Oh my God.
Messy.
It's like I bedwetted until it's like it's like you found yourself in the deep end. It's like I've bedwetted and it's like I've soiled, and to make things worse, I also excreted. I get it. So you can imagine that child.
You're taking me back to my own background. Because when I was all the way up to probably class 6,
yes,
I used to bedwet, and I really don't know. You just find yourself in a very nice dream somewhere.
Yes,
very nice dream. It's only that you just want to go and take a bath. You just gone to go and just relieve yourself. You're in a dream.
Yes. So.
You wake up in the morning and you just find yourself, something is wrong.
So I went to one of the...
So you are saying that you have bedwet?
Yeah, I've bedwet.
And also excreted in the bed?
Exactly. And it's like...
everything is messy.
It's like I slept on that.
Oh, you can imagine.
Yeah. So I woke up in the morning just to ask for help. So I went to one of the girls, the younger one, and I tapped her. I told her,
wake up, I messed up.
Yeah, just please, just wake up and try to help me out. It's like I've messed up. And instead of coming and helping me or assisting me, she slapped me. And I just fell on the ground very hard. And I felt so much pain and I could not bear it. And it's like I shouted. It's like my shouting attracted or pulled my grandfather.
Who is probably in a different house.
He was milking at that time.
Oh, he was milking, yes.
Yeah, and he had the shouting, and then he came out. He tried to knock at the door. And you can remember the environment at my grandma's place, whereby maybe the rooftops used to be a little bit
lower.
Lower. So these people heard that my grandfather is coming, is knocking, and it's like they
just sneaked.
Yeah, they sneaked, and that made my grandfather to break the door. That day
he had to break
the door
because they just sneaked and just never opened the door.
And remember that day, it was a school day. Remember when my mom?
It's a school day.
Yeah, remember when my mom?
You're supposed to go to school.
I was supposed to go to school.
Where do you go?
So that day, when this thing was happening. I was when my mom left.
Yes.
She had already prepared about my schooling and whatever. So I never knew about that. So this day is my school day. So, but I've messed up everywhere. So when my grandfather came in, he found me like a mess.
Yeah, total mess.
Because he had that soft spot within his heart.
Yes.
For me, he just took me just like a child.
Oh my
just
goodness.
washed me, prepared me,
Oh my
and he
goodness.
took me to school. It's an amazing thing.
Oh.
He took me to
So you are now in school?
I'm now in school.
Oh my goodness. Was it the first day or you have been gone?
Yeah, it is like I've been going, but I've been going. So just highlighting some of the things that used to happen, or some of the things that there's also a time. This is a time that we were sleeping again, and I used to snore. I used to snore. Yeah, exactly. In that irritating voice. Exactly.
Yeah.
You can imagine that irritating.
That
irritating.
a kid that straws the bed, the kid that doing all this, and now you are snore.
Exactly.
Oh.
So this girl, one of the girl, now the one who was finishing Form 4, the big one, came in like she had one of the knife. I don't know where she
carried
found
a
that
knife?
I don't know. I don't know what she was up to, but she had a knife somewhere, and she came and the very. I don't know, at the leg. I don't know what we call this. At your feet. She came and just started, caning the
Bit, with the knife.
With the knife, exactly.
Okay, the sole of your feet.
Exactly. Just caning me very hard.
With the flat part of the knife.
Exactly. Okay. And she told me, if you continue snoring, it's like if you continue snoring, I'm going to do something bad. And it's like, that thing terrified me.
Oh, wow.
And I could not sleep the whole night. But at some point, it's like I was afraid until it's like this is now like my own. It's like this is my own washroom. So I used just to bedwet at that moment.
So I'm trying to imagine
fear.
Because of the fear.
Yeah.
The toilet is outside.
Yeah, exactly. It's not in the house.
You needed these people to be taking you outside.
Exactly.
Instead of taking, they are terrifying you.
Yes.
So your bed became your toilet.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
You can remember the other time, the previous time that I was in my grandmother's house in Kisumu.
Yes.
You can see this girl who used to come and scare me
at night.
So that is the moment the fear developed, and I could not find
goodness.
I could not find it dull at night. So I just needed assistance from the others that I found.
Oh my
but they could
goodness.
not. They never
not
knew.
there.
They never knew the hell that I was
and
going
the
through.
grandpa is not aware
He's
of what
not
happens
aware.
at
He's
night.
not aware when he's not there. He's not aware when he's not aware of these things that are happening to me.
Terrible.
So one day, that's the same day. I woke up in the morning. I found myself like bedwetted again, and it's like I think this time round I was around 4 or 5 years old, and now this time round, it's like she woke up in the morning. Now the big girl,
Yes.
she woke up in the morning, waking up in the morning, and she asked me, "You have soiled the bed? You have bedwetted?
Oh my.
Are you a small child? Are you a small kid?
You are not a baby.
You're not a baby. Come here." And she grabbed me, and by that time I was sleeping naked.
You are naked.
I was naked at that time. I used to sleep naked.
Because of clothes that you
Yeah,
to avoid soiling everything.
Exactly. I wanted just to avoid that. And the funny thing, my bed used to be like a V-shaped. The main support, in the middle of that bed broke, and it's like
So the bed was
like this.
V-shaped.
Exactly. And so I used to sleep in the center of that.
It was broken in the
It
middle.
was broken in the middle.
Wow.
Exactly. So what happened? I woke up in the morning, and she took me. She grabbed me and just pulled me in the sitting room.
Wow.
And this time around, remember, there was another relative who came, but she was used to sleep at my grandmother's house.
So she just came in.
She just came in. So in the morning, I'm naked. I'm
What?
being grabbed. I'm being pushed to the sitting room, and I was told to lie down.
Right on the sitting room.
Right on the sitting room.
Okay.
This is the moment that they really tortured me.
What did they do?
She grabbed a cane. Now the bigger girl, the one who was finishing Form 4, she grabbed the cane.
Yes.
Grabbing the cane, and she asked me, "How many canes do you want me to cane you?
How many canes?
How many canes?" So in my mind, 10 was like 1.
To you, number 10. 10 is 1.
10 is 1.
And 1 is 10. Don't tell me you say 10.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it was 10. I say 10.
You
because,
say 10.
Because 10 is like 1
To you, the 10 is 1.
It's 1.
And
Because
1 is 10.
Exactly.
Wow.
So I said 10.
You say 10.
Oh my goodness. That lady just caned me. I don't know if those canes were 10. I don't know if those scales were 10. She caned me. And I was trying to trying to get help. It's like, crying and trying to make sounds.
Attract anybody.
Or maybe to attract everybody. Also to maybe to pull out the sympathy from them. You can imagine. I'm just trying to,
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the other one was just celebrating. She was just celebrating instead of helping me out. She was celebrating.
Wow.
That moment,
That's bad.
I thank God my grandfather was at home.
Okay.
He had what was
He
happening.
heard the screams.
Oh my goodness.
And he came.
He came.
Okay.
I'm telling you, there was so much commotion in the homestead. My grandfather could not handle it. He just chased everybody in the house.
Just everybody.
Everybody. My grandmother, everybody. Everybody. I don't know where they slept that day.
Everybody was
chased. As my grandfather was taking me to school now.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody was chased. And coming back at home, I'm finding nobody. And that's, that is what used to happen also when when my grandmother used to refuse not leaving the business.
Okay.
And it's like my grandfather used to tell her, just leave
If you can't leave this business, just go.
Yes. And sometimes it used to get worse, I mean.
When the grandma is gone?
Not really. This time round, sometimes the drunkards, they used just to be anywhere and make noises, shout everywhere in the homestead. And that used to really irritate my grandfather. You can imagine that man in that state.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he will chase everybody and go out completely, including my grandmother. I have nobody to take care of me. It's like I have nobody to cook. There's nobody to cook for me food.
You're just there.
I'm just there. I'm a kid who is supposed to go to school the next morning. And I'm just there. So my grandfather used to take the responsibility because I used to be afraid.
What about at night?
At night now, this time round, because my grandfather now used to take the responsibility, he just used to sleep with me.
What a grandpa.
What a grandpa.
Just next to
the bond.
The same, he took you to his bedroom and
yes, exactly. Exactly.
And those nights I think you felt secure. That,
exactly.
That grandpa is just here.
I'm just next to my grandfather.
Okay.
I felt so much love.
That was terrible.
I felt so much love. I thank so much my grandfather for that,
care.
For that care. Yeah.
Okay.
That care and the love that he showed at that moment.
Wow.
I'm telling you, and there's a time now. I'm now in standard 2, and it's like there's a time now I'm standard 2, and being in standard 2, I found maybe some friends and a little bit of hope in the school.
Okay.
Because of you
are surrounded by people.
Yeah, some people
who are different.
It's like school was just like escaping
place.
Escaping place.
It's a refuge, kind of.
You're coming out of hell and now coming into a place whereby you can relieve. This is a relief.
Yes, okay.
You're finding some kids and you play around with other people because at home there's nobody to play with. No
games, nothing.
No games, no nothing.
Only drunkards and prostitutes.
Only drunkards. And I met a friend in particular we used to share name. Austin.
Okay.
And it's like that thing made us to bond. And I never wanted to leave this guy because of that friendship that we made. Because I never found anybody to
bond with.
Be close.
No childhood friend.
No, it's like no childhood friend. This is the only person I've got. And you can imagine friends and they tell each other.
Just open up.
Yeah, you just open up everything that is happening to the person. It's like it's a good thing. So there's a time now, because education never, it never entered me that way. It's like I never knew the importance. It's like the school is nothing to me.
It's like a playing field.
It's a playing field. It's a escaping place out of hell.
You just come and spend time with
and just hang out with those guys.
Yes.
That's what school to school to me. School was not a place to go and study or get knowledge. You can imagine. That was not a place to get knowledge, because I'm being tormented at home. This is the only place I can get a relief.
Oh, it's on a living ground.
Yes. But I mean, I never cared. And in fact, it's not that I never cared. It's like, if I say I never cared, it's like I knew what I was doing. But this time round, I told one of my Austin, please be helping me to be copying your work.
To be copying
your work.
Oh, okay.
So that we can move to the next level together. Because I never wanted to leave him. It's like he was very close to me. So this time round, Austin allows me, and he was faithful to me. He allows me to copy his work, and also get to other levels. Like now,
he could just do it in a certain way that
I will see.
Oh, just deliberately.
Because we were friends.
Okay.
Close friends. It's like there's a place in the Bible. I think David is saying that, and this is David or Solomon. Is saying that there's a friend who can be more closer than a brother, something like that.
It's a scripture that says there's a friend that sticks closer than a brother.
So this guy stick closer
close to you
than a brother. It's like I found it's like brotherhood in this guy. He loved me so much, and so he used to put the books, the papers in a way that I could see.
Okay.
So that made me also to, before even moving to the next level, it never took a genius to know that I was coughing.
Okay.
So the teacher noticed that these guys have been copying, because the same marks, the same, everything is the same, until there's a time I copied the name.
You copied even his whole names.
Copied everything, including the names. You can imagine.
Wow.
And
copying machine. Okay.
So I copied everything.
Okay.
And this time round, I can't imagine this one.
Copy even his name.
I copied everything. I copied the name. So it never took a genius to know this guy have been copying.
Yeah.
So now after that, the teacher realized that this guy there's nowhere we are going, and he decided to put a girl between us. And this time round, I'm noticing that the girl who we were with in the same desk never had the experience that Austin had, because this time round we are writing this writing that we are doing, and it's like she copied the same words in the whole paper. It's like the same words, but now when the moment I came to realize, knowing how to read and write, I came to realize that it was thee and they. That day,
she was just writing thee and they,
in the entire paper.
In the
entire paper, imagine.
Through the entire paper.
Imagine.
And you also copied the same?
I copied the same, exactly.
Thee and they.
I copied everything.
Okay.
And I got a marks, by the way.
Okay.
I got a marks. So that day, after that, I don't know where this girl went, but I'm just remembering that we were now two of us now.
Okay.
That was now term 3. One of the crucial moments ever. Because this is a moment whereby you're supposed to do your best and go to another class.
That term.
Yeah, if you
at the end of the year.
At the end of the year. If you have not done your best, you're remaining in the same class. So I feared that. So this is the moment Austin became such a very important instrument. A very close brother, a very good friend. I'm telling you,
So you moved to the next class?
Yeah, I was now promoted to the next class.
Okay.
I think now November, December, this is the moment again my mom comes back.